Alright, we are live. Homestead, 134 laps with split 2. Cars rolling off now on the grid. It looks like we got a lot of people starting from pit road for some reason. Not sure what the reason is on that. Or just working their way to the back. So Will Cooley picks up his second pole. Outside of him is the number 10, that is Liam Brotherton. 38 is Scott Eckrich. Ethan Lane is in the number 9 car. We'll go through the rest of the field. Going green now. Strength field's 5,298. They're going green. So Cooley off to a big jump there. And we're already yellow flag. Not the start anyone wanted to see. And looks like a big wad up of cars. Let's take a quick look at this, see what we can find. Looks like the 6 just gets into the 25, and a whole bunch of people get taken out on that one. Lots of cars done immediately. Throw up the ticker there. We'll see who's all down there in last. It looks like right now, out of the race is Ariadne, Josh Connors, Kameneric Little, and Justin Lisenby. Alright, so some cars coming into the pits, just to get a little bit of damage fixed, top it off. Can't really say much about the race so far because they got half a lap around. Hopefully things will cool off. It looks like we got a little bit of a different field this time. A lot of the guys that we have seen run in second split appear to now be in top split. David Rattler was around number 9 car, I believe, last race. He's now the number 1 car. I don't see Blackford in the field, so he's moved up into the top split. Take a look around to see. Brandon 6 is a new guy that I haven't seen in the races. He's the 42 car. And real quick, I'm going to get some things changed here with the ticker while we're pacing around. Hopefully that's fixed what I needed fixed. So, we should have lots of room on track green flag runs. Multiple lanes being used throughout the race. Not a good start so far. Making it not even a quarter of a lap. It wasn't even a half a lap. So should get the one to go this time by. We'll see if we can get a better start. Run you quickly down the field, show you who's in what car. So Will Cooley is in the 12 car, Liam Brotherton in the 10, Ethan Lane in the 9, 38 is Scott Eckerick, Lance Nacier is in the 31, 15 is Brandon McKissick, 36 car is Brandon Coppinger, and Zach Campbell is in the 2 car. James Heater is in the 5, the 19 is Alex McCollum, Mitchell Hunt is in the 3, and Michael Gonzalez is in the 37. Then we got Dalton S. England in the 16. The 30 car is Austin Yarbrough. And we'll take it back up front. So get ready to go green here. Pace car's ducking into pit road. And Cooley brings him down. Green flag is out. We will go watch mid-pack into turn 1 and hope they are more successful this time around. Looks like everyone's getting through there. We'll see if we can do 2 corners in a row this time. So as you can see, lots of different grooves, people using almost to the bottom seam, then middle and the high side. Eventually they're going to start getting way up by the wall, especially in 1 and 2 with the sun, the position of the sun here. You'll see the shadow along the wall. They're going to get up there and start using that line heavily later in the run. But right now, bottom's fastest, especially through 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you can make the high side work, but it just takes a little bit longer for that to come in. So 10 car, fastest car on track, fastest lap of the race last time by. He's chasing down the leader, Will Cooley. Obviously really early into a run, so times don't matter too much here. It's once you get later into a run, whoever's quickest then, they're going to have the advantage over the fuel run. I assume we're doing 33, 34 lap stints and pitting. Stretching it out any longer might put you behind. But I haven't talked to anyone about strategy for this week. So the gap's holding pretty steady between Cooley and Brotherton. We'll work our way back and find a first position battle. Looks like we got it here. This is between the 19 and the 37. This is for 12th place. That's McMullen in the 19 who gets past there, and the 7 of Sahil Mistake is also going to try to work his way down below him. In a couple more laps, we start to see some rubber building up, through darkening up where everyone's running. And I'm guessing at about lap 17, we'll start to see more variation in the grooves. 19 though, holding off a 7. This is for that 13th position now, and he gets himself down into the line where everyone else is running. Up ahead, Mitchell Hunt looked to have a run there. Hunt currently running in the 8th spot, looking for the 7th spot on McKissick in the 15th. You can take that over. McKissick going way up to the high side. Nothing working up there right now. He probably would just let him go. Didn't want to battle for too long and let the 2 catch up there as well. So fairly single file at the moment. I think everyone's just settling in, waiting for the track to open up. Back in the pack here, we got the 34 and the 23. This is for 24th position, Brad Patton and Nick Northrup. That's really the only place we've got action going on the track. Is from 24th on back. Looks like we had a pass for the lead that I missed, so there was some action going on. 10 car gets past Will Cooley, and Brotherton takes the lead. So Cooley, the last time he had the pole, fell mid-pack and never returned to front. He's hoping to stay up here much longer. Car utilizing the high side through 3 and 4. Not sure if that's what he wanted to do or if he just happened to find his way up there, but Ethan Lane's also working that high side and might have that second group coming in now. Either the 12 is falling off or the high side's where you want to be, and it looks like everyone just goes back down to the middle. So 31 car, that is Lance Nasir. He's in the 5th spot. Mitchell Hunt's looking underneath him on entry of 1 and 2. Ride on board with Hunt. Definitely seeing the middle groove starting to darken up quite a bit now. So 3 different grooves now working through 1 and 2. 31 goes all the way down to that white line on the bottom. Hunt in the middle, and then the 38 of Eckrick. Got a lap car, it appears, coming up front. The He's going to hold the bottom line. Looks like he's got some damage there from the early incident on lap 1. Hunt gets himself past the 31. He's now going to look to work the back of the 38. And this is going to be for 4th position. One of the few people, it looks like, of the top 5, top 10 that is running down on the bottom. See everyone else up in front of him. Well, that time Cooley goes back down to the bottom. But Hunt makes the pass for the 4th position. He's going to move ahead and probably pull away from these 2 cars. Go back up front, take a look at the gap here. This is Liam Brotherton in the 10, Ethan Lane in the 9. Running right up against that wall. Looking out the back of Liam Brotherton's car, the rest of the field. There's a little bit of a jam up back there in the 10th spot. We'll go take a look at that and see if we can get some good racing action on screen. So we've got the 16, and that is going to be Dalton England. Up ahead of him is the car, that's Zach Campbell. We got a yellow flag out, and that's going to bring it into this run and probably bring everyone into the pits for tires. See if we can find out what happened. 29 car going really slow on track. 32 has some damage. We're just going to pick the 4 car and see if he was involved. Does not appear so. There we go, the 29, we'll take a look at that one more time. If this would quit switching the camera. So 29 car appears to be all by himself. Up on the high side, gets a little wiggle, and then just loses it. Spins it back to the right, takes it off the inside wall, keeps it off the outside wall, and gets lucky that he doesn't get blasted by that car. So we'll go back live. Everyone is in the pits, pitting now. Take a look at the pit summary real quick. No one taking 2 tires, thankfully, so everyone doing 4 tires in the top 10 at least. Once they come around and cross the finish line, I'll look at the ticker and see if we got any crazy strategies going on up here. Currently got some cars out in front of the leaders that are looking to get the wave around. So it appears Everyone's pitted except for these cars that are looking to get the wave around. So far we've got 27 laps complete, 107 to go. This is our second caution. That first one came out into turn 1. This time it was only a single car spin, no damage involved on the second caution. Throw the ticker back up there for a little bit. Biggest mover of the race right now is the 30 car. Maybe he did take 2 tires. I think he might have done 2 tires. Quick look here. He had a 10-second stop. So I'm assuming there was some 2-tire strategy there. We will see how that pans out. Just not sure on 25 lap full tires. He may have hit after the first caution, but don't think that's going to work out. We'll see though. He only falls back to the mid 15s, 16th place. Then he's going to have gained some net spots off of where he started. So, Brotherton bringing him around. Ethan Lane outside of him. Cooley in the 4th spot now. Back up to speed. Flew way up high there. Like he was right on the door of the 30 and then all of a sudden shot up to the wall and now he falls back to the 4th spot. Still too wide all around the field. Not seeing too many crazy moves, but there is some 3 wide way back in the field. And now 3 wide there. That's Cooley in the 12, Hunt in the 2. And smashed in the middle is Scott Eckrick in the 38. It's a battle right there for the 5th spot. Looks like Hunt backs off out of it. And we got a battle for the lead up front. Side by side, the 10 and the 9. That's Ethan Lane going for the lead underneath Brotherton. Side by side down the backstretch as well. Looks like the 9 just pulls out a little bit on entry 2, 3, and 4. See if the 10 can make the high side work, but he's not going to be able to. And the 9 pulls away, slides up in front of him, takes over the lead on lap 32. So fresh tires working a little bit better for the 9 right now. Working back here, Hunt still battling with the 12 car. We got 2 rows of 3 wide back here. 38 still stuck in the middle. And then the 1 car is David Rattler. He is one of the top guys in the point standings right now in the field. He had some bad luck all the way through the race last week, and then ended up getting some good luck when most of the top guys crashed out on the front stretch. Big move there by the 17, super down low. 38's going to shut the door on him, though. entering 3. 17 car is Ian to Quinn. 15 gets almost squeezed up into the wall by the 38. 17 dives underneath the 15 into 1. They try to make that bottom work. 15's running out of space in the middle as the 38 comes down. He's not going to be able to go to the middle now. He's going to be stuck on the high side. 38's pulling away from these two, though. And the 36, that's Brandon Coppinger. He is working his way up into the battle, trying to get that 11th spot. Let's go find our 30 car. He is only falling back to 8th place. So I think the strategy is going to work out. If the yellow comes out, we're going to see everyone pit. I believe he only took 2 tires there. I don't think there is such a thing as a 10-second pit stop with 4 tires. The best looking cars out on track, Dalton England in that 16 car. Running in the 6th spot, he's got Rattler right behind him. It appears Rattler is just content on running in his tire tracks. See if he tries to make a move here off the corner. He's got a little bit of a run. He looks low off of 4. They almost touch. Rattler pulls ahead, and he's going to take over the 6th spot from Dalton S. England. So Will Cooley is the next one up in line. We're going to go up here, though, to 3rd place. Mitchell Hunt has got that spot from the 31 car. 10 is still holding on to the back of the 9. He may be saving his stuff. We will see. Now looking to take over to that 2nd spot from Liam Brotherton. Decent run on him. He's going to look low into turn 1. He gets the nose just to the rear quarter panel. 9 cars down on the bottom. 10's got to go up high just to give Hunt a little bit of room. Looks like he gets a decent run down the back stretch out of turn 2. He's going to have a better line now and through 3 and 4. Doesn't have any room to work off the corner, though, as the 10's still on the outside, but they hold even at the line. Hunt's going to take the spot at the line, and he's going to finish off the pass into 1. So now Hunt's got his sights set on Ethan Lane in the 1st position in that number 9 car. Currently out 0.3 seconds ahead. We'll see now that Hunt's completed the pass. We'll see if he can start running some quicker laps than Ethan Lane. Working our way back. Rattler is now working on the 31 car for that 4th spot. Cooley is now in the 6th position. Dalton S. England is in 7th. 38 has finally got out of the middle of everyone, and he's starting to work his way back forward, I believe. He is now in the 8th position. And a big gap to the 30 car, who is on 2 tires. And looks like he's causing a little bit of a log jam now that we're 15, 16 laps into this run. So, big group of cars, and that's never a good thing. 7 cars kind of stuck up behind the 30 right now. 37 of Michael Gonzalez is working his way past him. The 7 is under the 30. Follow the 37 through on the bottom. He doesn't force 3 wide. He's just going to be patient and work his way underneath the 30. Let's see what the rest of the pack does. The 41, Samuel Roush, is working his way on the high side. We'll see if he can get anywhere up there. I think everyone's going to have to start moving down to get around this 30, though. just a big stack of cars here. Looks like they are... They're quite a ways off that lead pack, about a second and a half. And the 30 gets a little tap from the 15 in the middle of the corner. The 15 looks into the middle of 3 wide. Doesn't do it, though. He smartly backs off as that was closing up on him. The 2 car, that is Zach Campbell, running the middle now. 36 looking below him. So this is where people are starting to get desperate. They know they got to get around this 30 car. They got to make some moves so they can pull away. They already see that the 7 and the 37 are way past him. The only issue is the 30 is pretty decent on that high side. So we're going to start seeing some desperate moves here, and I'm assuming that this will be where the yellow happens. Car doing what he can, though, to hold his own. The 36 drops all the way down to the white line, and 1 and 2 underneath the 2 car. Doesn't have enough to hold it down there off the corner, and he falls back just a little bit. The 2 just can't get himself past that 30. Loses it all on exit. The 30 just pulls him down the straightaway. Take a look at this. This is a big group of cars here for being 20 laps into a run. You can see in front of them, everyone is strung out pretty well, but right here is the eye of the hurricane. Now it looks like the 2 cars going to have enough to get by the 30. The 15 once again looks to get in the back of the 30 car. That allows the 36 to get up underneath. He's going to try to work his way past the 30 now. And he will do so in that corner. So 41 stuck behind. The 15 had to check up after that little bump. He's lost a couple of now. 30 car diving low underneath the 36 this time. And I don't think that's going to work out. His only hope was being on the high side. He has now given that up. And those tires are not going to work out on the bottom for him. He pushes up, has to really turn it down after that, scrubs off a ton of speed, and now everyone's going to start training by up there. He forces his way back up to the top, and now he's got his friend, the 15, right behind him. Let's see if they can make it a clean pass. 15 looking underneath him off at 2. 30 goes down to throw a little bit of a block on the straightaway, not keeping it up by the wall. Oh, 15 right in the middle of the corner is much quicker than him, but just stuck behind him. That high line's going nowhere. Back up front, it's Mitchell Hunt, now 0.1 seconds behind Ethan Lane. I'm going to keep focusing on this, though. Some good racing, and see, the 15's just got to get himself to the bottom of the 30. That's what he's got to do. He can't go the middle. He's got to get himself to the bottom. Then he can get past the 30. And get going. But right now he's just getting freight trained by everybody because he's stuck behind the 30, can't really work his way around. The issue is going to be when someone pushes up off the corner underneath the 30, and that's going to catch up anyone who is stuck behind him. Now the 15 gets lower, but the 42's under him, and that's going to slow him down just a little bit. He's got a car on the outside. Luckily had a hole to get back up into. Still stuck behind the 30. 34 gets past now. The 42 is going to work on it, but the 30 comes way down the track. Not the line he had been running that whole time, and almost hit the 42 there. Now he gets loose off the corner and almost hits the 42 again. So the 30's just kind of, he's losing it now. 25 laps on 2 tires is starting to get to him. And I think the 15 is going to force his way by on the high side if that stays open any longer. That is not going to be a good recipe. He tries to squeeze that on the outside. The 30 doesn't have tires to hold it down off the corner. So 42 gets past the 30. The 15 needs to get low now. 15's got to get low, but he's got the front bumper of the 24 right there. There he goes. He gets past him now. The 30 has to back off with the 42 on entry there. Now we're 3 wide with the 19, 24, and the 30. So, we are now back in the 20th position. All those spots that the 30 car made up by taking those 2 tires, he has lost, and it's not going to pay off for him. He's not in any better position as he was when he pitted, and he might be further back if all these cars get past him. Only way around him is low. You got to get low to get around him. All right, heading back up front, we got a battle for the lead. We'll focus on that now. May already be over with if I can get back up there. Working their way around a lap car, and Hunt throws it into 1 and 2. We'll see if he can pull it off. The 9's got a run coming back on the high side, and it's going to pull him down the backstretch. Didn't have enough to pull the slider and slide up in front of the 9. And at this point, you know, not worth a whole lot. 55 laps in, running first and second is just fine. Rattler is up in the 4th spot. He is up 27 spots from the start of the race. Once again, Hunt looks low. He's not going to get past the front end of the 9 this time, and the 9's going to pull him off the corner here. Hunt will pull back in behind the 9, follow him around, and one more time into 1. Try to dive down there. He's got the nose right there on the back of the 9. Decent run off the corner. We'll see if he takes another shot at him into 1 and 2. Not a big dive. I think he's content just running low. I think that's where his car feels most comfortable. The 16 of Dalton S. England has now passed Will Cooley. Cooley is back into 6th spot. He's lost 5 spots from the pole. 37 car is catching up to them. That is Michael Gonzalez. We've seen him battling with that 30 car a long time ago. He's got himself passed and is up into the front now. Further back, the 31 car has really dropped off. Not for sure if that's because of the ugly paint scheme or just lack of speed on the long run. Middle of the pack has cooled down. Looks like most of the cars have got past the 30, but the same thing we've seen all around. 30 car getting in the way, just a little bit slower than everyone on those 2 tires, and 28 took a huge risk there. Bumping someone in the middle of the corner on the high side that's already slowed due to the tires. That's a big risk there. That's the first thing. The 28 car. Not a guy that we've seen in the first 2 races in the second split. So we got some cars pitting now. That's the 5 car peeling off, and you do have to go around the apron to pit here. Both corners here on the apron, so hopefully they'll get that updated where you can come off the track out of 4. Looks like Hunt does take the lead as we were watching that. He's going to go down to the bottom in 1 and 2. His preferred line allows the 9 to have the top. Nine's got a bit of a run down the backstretch off that, and we got the yellow flag. So that's going to trap a few people on pit road. It looks like the 14, and we will see 14 and the 29. The 29's once again all by himself, and I'm assuming we're going to see the exact same thing that we saw out of him on the last yellow. Loses it, overcorrects, takes out the 14, and the 14 stays. Is done. He ate that wall hard. So, Justin Fuller, out of the race, second self-spin. 14 car Matthew Davis, his day is done. Or at least he's got 30 minutes of engine repair before he comes back out. Alright, sorry about that. Refresh the paints. Hopefully it will clear up. Not a good look and not what I wanted to show. Everyone coming down pit road, we're gonna put the pit stops up. Everyone should be taking 4 tires here, but we thought that last time, so. Get the running order for you once they cross the line. Did 35 laps on that last run. Race summary so far, 62 laps done, 72 to go. 5 lead changes, and we are on our 3rd caution of the race. So the 9 car is going to take back the lead. Looks like the 5 is going to take the wave around, as well as the 11. Look at that. I believe both of those drivers were caught on pit road. So Ethan Lane is out in the lead, up 3 spots from where he started. In 2nd place is Mitchell Hunt. He is up 12 spots from his starting position. Liam Brotherton is in the 3rd position. 4th place is Will Cooley. Dalton S. England is in the 5th spot. 37 car Michael Gonzalez is up 6 spots from the 12th position into 6th. David Rattler up 24 spots in the number 1 car. Behind him, Sahil Mustak. In the 7, he is up 13 spots. 38 of Scott Eckrick down 6 spots. Currently running in 9th, but a very good position for the 38. 17, Ian DeQuinn. And the 41 is Samuel Rouse. They're lining up side by side. We're going to take a look. I just want to see where that 30 car ended up after it was all said and done. And there he is, Austin Yarbrough. He is now 25th. So if he would have got an earlier caution, I think it would have paid off for him. But after it got to about 16, 17 laps into that run, everything just started to go backwards for him. Back up here at the lead. Ethan Lane's going to bring him down to the line. We're going to get back going green. 65 laps complete this time by. Into turn 1, Brotherton looking low on Mitchell Hunt. Hunt's on the high side in 1 and 2. Not where he's been running that car, so we'll see how that works out for him. He'll get settled in though. Dalton S. England's got a great start in 4th position now. Looking at the back bumper of the 3, not going to be able to go anywhere. The 7 of Gonzalez outside of the 7 car. Got a little bit of front end damage, it looks like, on that 37. And Rattler right behind them. See if he tries to force it 3 wide off the corner. Looks like he's going to be content just going around the 37. The 7 slips up, and Rattler's got a decent run on him. 7 just barely had room to make that work. So Hunt regains the lead. Sorry I missed that once again. So top 7 all single file. Rattler looking on Cooley now for that 6th spot. Another good finish for him is really going to help him out in the points. I have to take a look after this one and see how Blackbird fared in the top split. If I was one of those people right on the edge, I definitely would I would make sure my iRating went down enough that I didn't drop out of second split. It's the way you got to play the game. And second split, the strength of field is still really good for as many people as we have in here that we haven't seen before. You're still going to get good points, and it's going to be the easier race. No race is easy in these top 2 splits, but there's a lot of people in the top split that are extremely good and on very good teams. I think second split's where you want to be if you can stay there and get consistent points. Now, one bad finish in second split, you're in trouble. But it just seems like it's where you want to be, I think. So 9 car going up high. Dalton S. England's got the 16 car really working on this run. Looking low under him. They'll be side by side at the line. We'll see if Dalton throws it in here. The 1 car, Rattler, working his way by the 10, so the 16 and the 1 and the other car is really working good. We've seen this out of the 10 car last week. It started to fade in the middle of the race, and that ended up putting him into a position that got him behind a car that got loose. Now, I mean, it was only in the top 5, so that's not very far back, but he was up there battling for the lead, and now he has found himself back in 5th, so I'm not sure if he's doing a strategy change, if he went full fuel and just trying to stretch the run out to do one less pit stop. Not for sure. Most of the people are going to be short fueling the cars. They've set it up that way so that it's quickest on 12 gallons instead of 18. And when you change your strategy up, speed, plus you've got all that extra weight on. So that could be one scenario happening there. I'm not for sure. Maybe he's just playing it cool right now, hoping for a long green run and saving the tires. Cooley's kind of been holding this 6th spot all race long. Haven't seen him fall much farther back, but we haven't seen him go back up to the front to contend for the lead. And mid-pack, we've got lots of cars going in lots of directions. At 30 car, he is up to 13th now. So he's went from 25th to 13th on 4 fresh tires. I mean, he's got a fast car. I'm not sure why he called that 2-tire strategy. We'll see how far he gets back up there. Almost 3 wide there. The 28 almost gets back into the back of the 13. We've seen the 28 already nail someone in the middle of the corner and almost spin them out. And these guys are all battling for 16th and on back. One car there, that's Hudson. He is currently in the 21st spot. Work our way back up to the front of the field. Mitchell Hunt is gone. He's got a second lead now over the 16 car. 16 and the 1 car both got around the 9 and the 10, and it looks like Will Cooley's starting to make his way up to the rear bumper of the 10 car. The 9 of Ethan Lane has really fallen off. Currently on lap 19 of run. Definitely seen much longer runs than this. Oh, the 10 slides up in front of the 9. The 9 was looking on the outside of him through 3 and 4. Just slides up a little bit. They almost get together, and the 9 had to check up quite a bit. Battle for second place. Rattler right on the rear bumper of the 16. And it looks like the 9 is going to put a pass on the 10 down the backstretch. These two swapping the positions over the last couple of laps. So Rattler's still using his strategy of running directly behind and under the spoiler of the car in front of him. It's kind of tends to be how you end up always hitting someone. One little mistake, you don't have any time to react to that. Looks a little bit higher, but he's content just running there right on the bumper. 16 gets a little bit loose off the corner, so Rattler's going to dives it into 1 and 2 hard. We'll see if he can get it to stick. Looks like the 16's just going to back off and let him go by. Rattler gets a little bit loose off the corner and barely brushes the wall. So Rattler now up into the second spot. That's 29 positions for the 1 car. And if he can hold on to the top 3 spots, he's going to be set. So after them battling for a couple of laps, that's allowed the 10 of Liam Brotherton to catch back up. We'll see if he can run the laps that they are. Currently the leader's running a 31.468 that last time around. 10 car is running a 31.54. And it looks like your top 5 are all pretty much running the same lap times now. So Hunt's got a 1.5 second lead now. Looks like now that the 1 and the 16 have stopped battling, it's just going to be even spread through these top 7 positions. Cooley looking under the 9. He's still working on trying to get that 5th spot away from the 9 car. And Gonzalez in that 37 car. Working the bottom, one of the few cars down there. Take a quick look from the long distance camera. Let's see what we got for where everyone's running. So, 37 way down underneath the groove everyone else is running up front. It's like the rest of the field's pretty much running the top and middle. They've somewhat cooled off. Do a little update on that 30 car. Seems to be one of the most interesting storylines after that strategy call on the second yellow of the race. He is now getting passed by the 41 for the 14th position. 13th position, sorry. He could just be slower on the long run, although we are way past where he started to drop like a rock on those two tires. So 27 laps now into this run. I think we're going to see people stretching it out to probably, what do we got? I think they're going to be going around 95. Lap 95, 99, and then we'll see some green flag pit stops. Kind of splitting this up into two. Looks like we've had a few people hit pit road already. They are trying to short pit that. No, actually I'm wrong. That is old data. So, Gonzalez now working on Cooley. He's going to go back to the bottom. And Cooley's got the run off the high side. Really hard to complete that pass. Especially when everyone's running this close in times. But at least we're getting some long green flag runs, and hopefully this one finishes out. We can go to the end in green flag laps, see who can make the most of pit road. It's really, really tricky to run that apron and try to do it as fast as you can. It's flat, slick, and if you touch that grass, you're going to spin up into the track and probably into traffic. That's not going to be good. Gonzalez gets that position. He is now into the 6th spot. We'll look back up here. Same gaps, maybe a little bit bigger gaps, and yellow flag is out. So we're going to be pitting, and we're going to the end from here. Let's see if we can found some crashed cars. The 6 and the 32. 42. So, 42 up in front of this. He's way up high. And he gets a little loose, gets a little tap, and 6 had nowhere to go. And they bounce back and forth into each other, and the 35 also gets a piece of it. So, luckily, no one was on pit road. No one had jumped into the pits yet. So we're not going to get anyone trapped down a lap. At least it's going to be a fair race among everyone. If it goes green the rest of the way, this is the last pit stop. They'll do 40 laps easily. I'm going to take a little break while they're pitting. Alright, so Hunt holds on to the lead. Liam Brotherton gets ahead of Rattler, who appears to be a little slow every time on pit road. 16 car, Dalton S. England, is in 4th, and the 9 car of Ethan Lane holds his 5th position. Michael Gonzalez is still in 6th. 7 car of Sahil Mystic is in 8th, and it looks like now there's Will Cooley in the 7th position, so he's actually ahead of Sahil. All right. Got them lined back up side by side. We're going to restart lap 98. Hunt steps on the gas, and here we go. So if we go green the rest of the way, but I'm guessing mid-pack is going to get a little squirrely, fighting for extra positions. Cooley gets a little loose. I don't know if he got tapped there or what, but he's now lost a ton of positions on the bottom. 3 wide just ahead of him, and this is not the position he needs to be in. He's got a much faster car than all of these guys, but he's going to have to avoid the squirrels, get back up there. He's going to have to be patient. That is a long drop, down to 20th position now. We've seen how these mid-pack racers race. So looking back up front, Ethan Lane really got slow through the middle of the corner, kind of checks up the whole field right behind him. That's going to allow the 16 to get a run on Liam Brotherton. He dives it in 1 and 2, and looks like the 10's just going to let him go by. He had a choice in this whole situation. Got 34 to go now. Rattler holding on to the back of Hunt, and once again just right on the rear bumper. 16 gets a little bit loose off of turn 4. Doesn't lose a whole lot of ground. So, battle for the lead. Hunt's got to have a good finish. He doesn't need to win it, but he's got to have a good finish. He can't have another wreck. I think 2 crashes, and you're out of the top 10 for good. Rattler, he also just needs a top 5 finish. He doesn't need to win it. He's in a good spot right now in points, as long as strength of field stays about the same in the second split. But I think as the weeks go by, this second split's going to get weaker and weaker and weaker. Liam Brotherton looking low on the 16. Not going to pay off. And caution flag is out. Hopefully this is not how the rest of the race is going to be going. So, the 2, the 40, the 21. We got a bunch of them in this one. Quick look and see what we can find. 3 wide. Got Will Cooley in the 12. He's right in this mess. Is he going to stay ahead of the mess? That's the question. 15 kind of just... 19 and the 15 kind of got latched together. I'm not sure if that was netcode or what, but then it just caused a big old mess there. Luckily, Cooley was just ahead of that. Saves himself from having a really bad race. Now, looks like everyone is coming down pit road. We might see 2 tires out of Cooley here to try to gain those spots back. He is quicker than everyone, but at this point, I don't see 30 laps being done. Green flag. I think he's got a better chance of going 2 tires and hoping for just a caution fest afterwards. Look at this. See how the pit stop goes for him. 30 car doing 2 tires once again. And Cooley also does 2 tires to get those spots back. So, we've got 2 guys up here with 2 tires. We've seen the 30 car. He was okay for 15 laps. I don't know if people are going to be as patient with him if he starts going backwards like he did that first time with 2 tires. Rattler comes out ahead of Hunt, but he will be on the outside, so I'm assuming Hunt's going to be able to easily get back past him. And we got Ethan Lane in the 9 car. He'll be 4th. Will Cooley is back up to 5th, but on 2 tires. Dalton England, Liam Brotherton, Sahil Mustak, Michael Gonzalez. So, really the only 2 people that did the 2 tire call, Cooley, who had to make up for that horrendous start, and then the 30 car, I guess that's just his thing. That's what he likes to do, 2 tires. So, see how that works out for him this time around. He gets a decent start and a bunch of yellows. Could really pay off for him. He was a 14th place car and was pretty quick on fresh tires compared to the rest of the middle of the pack. So it's kind of been our storyline this whole race. We'll see where he ends up. 106 laps in, 28 to go. 8 lead changes. Working on the 5th caution of the race, so fairly decent for the mix of a field that we got. I think this field is a lot more spread out in terms of speed. There's quite a few guys that are running up in the top 10 that were top 20 cars for the last 2 weeks. So, and then we've seen past 10th place in this race. It's quite a bit of a gap back to the rest of the field. So Austin Yarborough bringing them around on the inside. We got Ethan Lane with some internet issues. Hopefully that gets cleared up before it affects anybody. Hunt and the 30 of Yarborough get a good jump on the rest of the field. Rattler going to be on that outside, and I believe Hunt's going to get past him pretty easy there, and he does. Ethan Lane gets under Rattler as well. Rattler back now to the 4th spot. Car going to go straight to the top. No, he goes to the middle, and Hunt's going to go up top as the 9th throws it in on him. 30 car pushing up pretty hard out of the corner though, and that's going to be scrubbing off some speed, and Hunt's going to get trapped behind him like we've seen many people get trapped behind the 30 car throughout this race. Rattler almost throws it 3 wide. They're almost 4 wide now for the lead. They get smart, go back in, rows it 2 wide. And 9 cars working to take the lead. Ethan Lane going to the front. Hunt is stuck behind that 30. I've seen this story so much this race. Hunt's going to have to do something, and Rattler's not going to give him any room to go to the middle. Middle opens up just a little bit. Hunt's got to get it cut down now and get past this 30 before the 9 and the 1 get too far by. Again, he's got to just finish top 5. He doesn't need to win this one. He's definitely got the car to win it. But you also don't want to get taken out by the 30 car on 2 tires. So, 30 struggling off the corner. Just pushes up a little bit, and he just scrubs so much off of that, so much speed off of the car. He pushes up like that out of 4. Like 16 of Dalton England is also going to be looking under the 30. And then the 24 of Femi Olat. He has been slowly working his way to this front. I've just been avoiding saying his name because I don't know if I'm saying it right. But he's now up to 6th spot. Cooley on 2 tires is holding 7th. That's about where he was before he had the horrible restart last time. He gets past the 30, I think he'll be set. Now, big surprise here is that 10 car, Liam Brotherton. He's back in 8th now, and he's just been slowly going backwards. We've seen him working his way back up through a long run, but I don't know if he's going to have that chance. So back up front, we have Rattler just right underneath the spoiler of the car in front of him. Almost gets into him off the corner. Might have. He's going to look low. And Lane given enough room. He's probably going to have the run off the corner, though, and he does. We'll come back past the 1, dead even at the line. Hunt's running the middle groove. Rattler takes over that top spot. Lane's looking back low into 3 and 4 now. So as these two battle with each other, that's keeping the whole pack right up behind them. And the 24 car is now looking at the back of the 16. Ethan Lane did not see what happened there. Sorry about that. He just must have had a bad entry, shot up, or decided that it wasn't worth the fight. Decent run off the corner on Hunt, though, and Hunt's going to get that second spot. So, Lane now starting to fall back. The 16 of England gets underneath him. Gives quite a bit of room off the corner, though, and that's going to hurt his speed. He comes up to block the 24's run on entry. Hunt goes to the front on Rattler. Just an easy pass there. Now Rattler's going to try to cut back down low off the corner. And then back in the 6th, 7th spot, we've seen 3 wide there. The 12's making his way around the 30, and people are starting to get bunched up behind the 30 now that we're getting longer into the run. So Hunt holding off that one car on the high side. Hunt gets a decent run off of turn 2. Top 5 nose to tail almost. It's going to be a good finish if we can keep this one green. Really interested to see what Femi Olat can do in that 24 car. It's kind of come out of nowhere. Maybe he was running mid-pack the whole time and we just skipped over him a lot, but 24 has made his move. He's 17 spots up from where he started. He's going to get a really good finish if he can hold on to that 5th spot. So it looks like the top 5 is settled down. Let's take a look back here. Cooley has gotten past the 30 car. He is now up into 6th, so 2 tires working out for him. Liam Brotherton just gets past the 30, and the 30 almost tags him as he pushes up out of the corner. 30's going to be on the bottom, and that's not going to be good. They get together a little bit on entry of turn 3. Pushes Liam Brotherton up the track a little bit, and the 30 doesn't have the tires to hold it down, and the 10's going to get past him. So now, will everyone get stacked up behind the 30, or does he have enough speed to hold off the rest of the people? He needs to get 14th, or else these 2 tires did not pay off once again. Looks like the field's pretty spread out back here, though. I think a lot of attrition and damaged cars slowing everything down. So, lots of space back here, and he might be able to get that 14th spot with those 2 tires. 28 and the 39 swapping back and forth. We're going to go back up front, though, because that's what matters. Car has now pulled quite a bit away from the 30. Rattler right underneath the spoiler of the 3 car, Mitchell Hunt. Once again, just running so close to the rear bumper of the car in front of him. You don't see anyone else doing that on track. It's just interesting to see the 1 car always doing that. Now he looks low under the 3. The 3's going to have a decent run, though, off the corner, like always on the high side. And we've got yellow flag back out. We'll take a look and see what caused this one. So 13-28 gets himself in the wall, scares the 34. The 34 comes down 3 wide in the top 2 lanes. Is pretty tough to do off of turn 4. 13 probably should have given more room. Not a whole lot 34 could have done. They probably weren't expecting the 28 to start skidding along the wall and slowing himself down. So get back going live here. And got 10 to go. How is it going to play out in the pits? Who's going to stay out? 30 car pits. By the time we go green, you're going to have a couple of laps before the next yellow ends it. So I would think a couple of people might stay out. Just what do you got to lose if you're way back there? See if we get any two-tire stops here. Might get a few out of the people that didn't do them last time. Don't believe Cooley or the 30 is going to be able to do it, but it looks like Hunt is going to go 2 tires. Lots of 2-tire calls there. Hunt, Rattler. Let's see who else. So Hunt, Rattler, Nasir, Roush, Sultan Herzog, who essentially caused that yellow in the 28 car. He is now going to be up to 7th. Dalton England has fallen back to 8th spot. We'll see how this plays out. Looks like Ethan Lane did not pit. And that's it's going to be the end of Ethan Lane's race. That's as long as he doesn't get taken out. I'm assuming he's going to get a decent finish because we're going to have a quick caution right after this. But Mitchell Hunt's going to blow past him, and Rattler's going to make some crazy moves into one starting behind him. So Ethan Lane on 21 lap old tires, Mitchell Hunt and the rest of the field on fresh tires. At least 2 tires for the top 6. '28 car. That's going to be the interesting one on 2 tires. I think that will be where the caution happens. Cooley, he got 4 tires after taking 2 tires the last time. 43 car, we have not seen that car on track at all this whole race, or I've skipped over it, but up into the 9th position on 2 tires though. The 24 has fallen back from the 6th spot before pit stops. Took 4 tires. If we get a decent run to the end, might be able to make up some of those spots. And then Brotherton in 11th spot, and he's got to get a top 5, I think, to stay in the hunt for that top 10. So things just kind of slowly fading on the last half of the race for the 10 car. Just gotta keep it clean, avoid the mess. And the 30 car, Yarbrough, took 2 tires, and he is in 12th spot, so he might beat that 14th position that I keep calling out for him. So I'm assuming Lane's going to do a pretty early start. The later he waits, it's going to be harder for him to get away. Or he might try to go real late and stack the field up and have an early crash. There's quite a few different strategies that are used in sim racing. Looks like we're going to do the real late one. It's very slow off, and he gets a little tap from Rattler. Spins the tires up on those old tires, and we've got cars going everywhere. 3, 4 wide through 1 and 2. 41 gets into the 16. He's stuck in the middle. The 43, and oh my, I don't know how people are making it through this, and now they're not, and that is not what Brotherton wanted. It's going to stay green, though, as they are way off the track, and we'll see where the next one happens. There it is. So 43 car now trying to gather it up, and they stay green amazingly. We've had 2 different crashes, but not anyone going around on track. All right, so looking at where we're at, the 28 car is making me look like a fool because I called him out as being where the crash would happen, and he is up into 3rd. He had that high side, and after the 9 spun his tires and Rattler lifted up his rear end, he got a decent run, but those 2 tires are now starting to hurt him. 24 car is on 4 fresh, and he is getting up now into the 5th spot, taking over the 4th spot from the 28. That's Femi Olat in the 24, Dalton S. England in the 16, right behind him. Amazingly, we made it green. That was one of the craziest restarts I have ever seen to not have a yellow. We got 5 to go. Caution flag will end it. 24 is now working on the back of Rattler. Cooley, this guy has had a hell of a last half of the race as he got shuffled back 20 spots on 1 restart, ended up having to take 2 tires. This time he made it through the mess, and now he's running 2nd. So again, Hunt up in the lead on 2 tires. Cooley has got 4 tires. Rattler on 2 tires. The 24 on 4 tires, as well as the 16 on 4 tires. 3 to go. The 24 is working on the 1 car down low. The 1's not giving a whole lot of room. That's a good way to get yourself stuffed into the outside wall coming out of the corner. Luckily, the 24 keeps it down and might be able to complete the pass with those 4 fresh tires here. It's a little bit loose trying to keep it off. Didn't have him cleared, but he should be able to throw it in and clear him now into 1 and 2. Back up front, Cooley's closing in just slightly on Hunt. We've got 2 to go. Rattler is now dropped back to 5th behind the 16 car. 16 and the 24 getting really close, and England gives a little tap to Olat into 3. Does let the car loose though, and now Cooley is closing up onto the back of Hunt. We're on the last lap. He's looking high into 1. He's going to try to get the run off of the corner down the backstretch. Doesn't bring it up too high, but he's got halfway decent run there. Into 3 and 4, the 12 not going to be able to make a move. He's going to dive down just a little bit lower, but not going to be able to get up under the 3. And Hunt is going to win this one just barely over the 12, who has a miraculous comeback after a horrible restart. 24 of Femi Olat gets 3rd. Dalton S. England gets 4th. David Rattler will get 5th. Logan Powers, I don't even know if I called his name the entire race. He gets 6th as he took 4 tires on that last pit stop. The 27 of Delonta Ballard gets 8th. Michael Gonzalez finished ahead of him in 7th. I'm going to throw the results up real quick. Take a look at these. So, Mitchell Hunt gets the win. Will Cooley gets 2nd. Femi Olat 3rd. Dalton S. England 4th. David Rattler 5th. Logan Powers 6th. Michael Gonzalez 7th. 8th place goes to Delonta Ballard. Zoltan Herzig gets 9th after taking 2 tires. Austin Yarbrough gets 10th after his multiple 2-tire stops. 11th place is Lance Nasir. Joshua Campbell in the 11th and 12th. And I am looking for that 10 car. And Liam Brotherton finishes 22nd after that backstretch crash. That's not going to get it done. Ethan Lane, who was also involved in that, I believe, finishes 29th after not hitting on that last run. So, that's it for that one. That was the craziest finish I've ever called. Cars going everywhere, and hope you enjoyed it.